Let's talk about the update that's creating more confusion, more worry, and more questions than almost any Social Security announcement in recent years. A major change to the 2025 Social Security payment schedule is now official, and millions of retirees, disabled workers, low income seniors, surviving spouses, and SSI beneficiaries are going to see their deposit dates shift for the first time in over 2 decades. This isn't a small administrative tweak. For many Americans, the exact day Social Security arrives determines when rent is due, when bills get paid, when medication is refilled, and when groceries are restocked. When you live month to month, timing is everything. Even a 24-hour delay can mean late fees, overdraft charges, and unnecessary stress. That's why this update is so important and why you need to understand exactly how it affects you. Why is Social Security changing the payment schedule? The Social Security Administration says this is part of a system-wide modernization. That sounds like a fancy phrase, but let's break it down into simple terms. For years, the current system has caused problems. Holidays delaying payments, banks getting overloaded on deposit days, millions receiving payments on the same day, confusion for people receiving two benefits, SSI plus SSDI, deposit time inconsistencies from month to month. By changing the schedule, the government wants to reduce processing delays, spread out payments more evenly, prevent holiday disruptions, speed up deposit clearance times, improve fraud detection. Whether they accomplish all of that remains to be seen, but what we do know is that your deposit day will shift, even if just slightly. Who will see changes first? This is extremely important. Not everyone will switch at the same time. The rollout order for 2025 is SSI beneficiaries. They will experience the earliest changes starting in January. Retirement beneficiaries, SSSR, the transition will begin late January to February. SSDI recipients, last group to shift, likely February through March. If you receive more than one type of benefit, say SSI plus SSDI, expect the two payments to move closer together. In some cases, both payments may arrive in the same week. That sounds convenient, but it also means one key warning. You could experience a longer gap between payments during the transition month. Not a loss of money, just a longer waiting period. Plan for that gap now, especially if you rely on a strict monthly budget. The old system versus the new system. For decades, Social Security has paid based on your birthday, 1st to 10th, 2nd Wednesday, 11th to 20th, 3rd Wednesday, 21st to 31st, 4th Wednesday. SSI always came on the 1st, except holidays. Under the new system, payment distribution will be more evenly spaced, less tied to holidays, based on new processing clusters rather than birthday groups, released through an updated banking network meant to speed up deposits. In short, your date will likely shift by a few days forward or backward. Will your benefit amount decrease? This is the biggest concern seniors have right now, so let's be 100% clear. No, your Social Security check is not decreasing. The payment structure is not being cut. This is not related to COLA. Only the deposit dates are shifting. You will still receive the exact same amount, just on a new date. How the 2025 transition will work, step by step. The SSA has laid out the transition in 3 phases. Phase 1, notification, January-February 2025. Every beneficiary will receive a mailed letter, a notice in their My Social Security account, a printed payment calendar. This letter will contain your new official deposit date, the month your date changes, whether you're in the early, mid, or late rollout wave instructions for updating your bank and billing information. Do not rely on social media posts, TikToks, or random YouTube videos. Only the SSA letter is accurate. Phase 2, implementation, February-March 2025. This is when the biggest confusion may happen. You may see your deposit arrive earlier, your deposit arrive later, a longer gap between your old date and new date, a shorter temporary month, 23 to 26 days, a longer temporary month, 33 to 35 days. This is normal during the switchover. The goal is to get everyone aligned with the new schedule by the end of the first quarter of 2025. Phase 3, Stabilization, April 2025 onward. Once the rollout is complete, the schedule should be more predictable, less interrupted by holidays, more spaced out across the month, easier for banks to process. The new schedule should also reduce fraud because the updated system flags unusual deposits faster. What about paper checks? Are they ending? Yes, but not immediately. As part of the modernization law, paper checks will be phased out by late 2026. This affects a small percentage of beneficiaries, especially those in rural areas with limited banking access. They will receive special instructions on setting up direct deposit. If you still receive paper checks, contact SSA early. Set up direct deposit before your scheduled change. Ask your local office if you need assistance. This will help prevent delays during the 2025 transition. Dual beneficiaries. What you need to know. If you receive SSI plus SSDI, SSI plus retirement, SSDI plus retirement, your payments may now be grouped closer together. Example, previously your SSI came on the first and SSDI on the third Wednesday. Under the new system, both may arrive within the same 7 to 9 day period. This can be helpful, but during the transition month, you might experience one unusually long gap, one unusually short gap, a double payment week. Just remember, this is not extra money. It's the timing shifting. How? This affects your bills and budgeting. This next part is critical. Because your deposit date will change, you must check rent payment deadlines, utility due dates, insurance, auto pay, phone, internet auto pay, credit card auto pay, Medicare Advantage or Part D auto pay property tax schedules, if applicable. Even a small shift could trigger a late fee, an overdraft, a declined payment, a service interruption. To protect yourself, contact your bank and simply say, "My Social Security payment date is changing. Please adjust my withdrawal dates to match my new deposit schedule." It's free, and most banks update it within minutes. How banks will process payments under the new system. The banking system is also being updated in 2025. The new system includes real-time fraud monitoring, faster deposit verification, improved payment routing, reduced processing congestion. Right now, millions get paid on the same day. Banks become overloaded, especially large ones like Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and regional credit unions. Under the new spaced-out system, deposits should clear earlier in the day. Fewer delays, less weekend or holiday disruption, more accurate deposit timing. This is one of the primary reasons for the schedule change. How to prepare right now. Here's your easy checklist. 1. Log into your My Social Security account. Turn on email notifications and text alerts. 1. Watch for the mailed SSA letter. It will contain your new deposit date. 3. Adjust your bill payment dates. Call your providers and update them. 4. Create a small cushion if possible. Even $20 to $50 helps during transition gaps. 5. Double-check your bank account, especially during the first 90 days. 6. Keep your phone number updated. SSA uses it for identity verification and alerts. 7th, don't trust rumors. Only trust SSA letters and official website updates. Final message for retirees and beneficiaries. This is not a benefit cut. This is not a reduction in Social Security. This is not tied to COLA or election politics. It's simply a schedule adjustment, but one that could temporarily affect your budgeting, planning, and monthly cash flow if you don't prepare. Once the new system stabilizes, you should see more predictable payments, fewer holiday delays, faster deposit clearance, better fraud protection, a smoother monthly cycle. Take a moment, stay informed, and make the small adjustments needed to stay ahead of the transition.